W9EVT, Washington Island.
EZT station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Surely. This is W9 Echo, Victoria, Tokyo. W9EVT. The name is George. We're on Washington Island, and on the air continuously from 1936. W9EVT, George.
Yes, sir, George. And just exactly where is your location specifically?
Well, I am on a small island 300 miles directly north of Chicago, and we are about 3 or 4 miles off of Lake Michigan, which is Washington Island, is a small island, 35 square miles, and has a population during the summer of a couple thousand, maybe 700 during the winter. I've been up here since I retired, and when I was 75, I gave my company to my employees and came up here. I have the largest classic radio collection in the world, maybe 4 times, approximately 2,000 radios. W9EVT, George.
George, now how do you store all those radios? 2,000 radios. How do you store them all?
I have 3 buildings, but a large ham shack. You can check me on QRZ later.
Yes, sir. Now, how do you decide which one you're going to run for the day, and which one are you running now?
I'm on a classic, which I of a 5,000 of Yaesu, which I bought about 6 months ago. I checking all the radios. I found that the classic 5,000 was produced by Yaesu for many years and didn't change much. This one was the last offering. They called it the classic. And it is a very nice radio. It has quite a few audio control adjustments. My favorite radio is my Kenwood, the Kenwood 5990, which unfortunately, when it stopped working on single sideband, I sent it to them. They charged me $150 for looking at it. Stated in a note that they couldn't find what to do. I had 3 letters written and pasted internally and on top of the unit what was wrong and what needed to be repaired, but apparently they never found that. They charged me $150 plus air shipping back to me. I had a total of about almost $3,000 to do nothing. I am going to be sending it to another operation, which I hope will treat me better. W9EVT, George.
Roger. Well, you know, it's so hard to find a good man these days that knows what they're doing on radios. Now, how old was that radio?
About a year.
Ah, well, no excuse for that. No excuse at all for that. Now, you get some of those old tube types, 40, 50 years old. You got to, give somebody a little leeway on fixing those, Roger.
Roger. As I say, I have probably another 800 that need work on them, and they go all the way to the first radios. I had the gentleman who owned Hallercrafters give me some of the first Hallercrafter radios that were made, and I had the same thing with Collins. Art Collins gave me a number of radios, and again, there's been a terrific influx of hams, but most of the new hams, since they abandoned code, they also abandoned technical aspects. So you get on the internet, order a radio, and you plug it in. You don't want to bother with the instructions. That's too complicated. And you work it the way they send it to you. And just like the 7300, which I also have here, basically, it usually works when you just plug it in. But if you're a little bit out of adjustment, there's no one there to adjust it. W9EVT.
Roger. Well, it really is hard to make a 7300 sound bad, Roger.
It's an extra for the radio. I paid $900 for mine, including a 115-volt power supply, and was very happy with it. I recommended that for people with limited income.
Roger. Now, did you also in your collection have the 7610?
Yes, I have all the radios all the way back.
Oh boy, I'd love to come see your collection. I need a jolt into reality. I think that's what would happen if I saw all your radios, Roger.
Well, don't come down. We still are medium COVID. On the islands, we have about at least a dozen cases of the 900 people that live here. We still have active COVID. Most people have had their shots, so COVID is not killing them, but is not bad. I do not take visitors since the COVID thing started, and when they come here, I talk to them through the door. I open the door and they stay on the porch or on the ground, and I said, come back when COVID is gone. Most of the people that visit don't visit with masks. GEORGE-W9EVT.
Roger, George. Well, listen, thanks for dropping by. Pleasure to meet you, and I wish you all kinds of luck on that island. I think you're in the ideal place, Roger.
Well, I don't know if there is such a thing, an ideal place, but I enjoy... Again, I've lost some power here. Yeah, I lost my amplifier. I have an alpha amplifier. I have to find out what went wrong with it. And it takes a 4-minute countdown. But I'm running about 20 watts right now. So I'll let you go and take a look at QRZ under my car. You could be interested or not. Bye.
Roger, George. Well, you'll be interested to know that even though you lost your amp, your audio did not change at all. I've been had you calibrated at 0 level on peaks of voice, and that did not vary even though you lost power, Roger.
Roger. Well, conditions are pretty good between Washington Island and your location. This is the first time I've tuned to your location. I'm on other nets and other groups. I will go here to the Upper Peninsula net, which is a Michigan net. I'll try to return and listen to yours. W9EVT.
Yes, sir. Well, we have various different ways of monitoring the world. We run with 4 Internet SDR receivers monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia. And then we have 3 10-foot vertical magnetic loops that are rotatable and selectable, and then we have a display that shows all our comings and goings as we manipulate our antennas and our input sources. So it is quite interesting. We just added our antenna input display. This will be the shakedown cruise for that. We have those coming in on a 6-position rotary switch, and as we rotate the switch to select the antennas, we get a lamp lighting in our display, antenna input display. Roger?
That sounds very interesting. I'd like to be able to see that. Thank you very much for coming back to me, and I'll look for you next Friday.
Yes, sir, George. And if you would like to hear your audio, we are also simultaneously recording QSO-VLOG that we'll post later on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 9/17/21, that will take you directly to this recording on a YouTube search. So 73 George, you have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. Well, this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. My name is Jim, known in some circles as Dr. VKV, and we are recording now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.